Right now, the biggest sporting event in all of human history is happening. Three countries, 48 teams, over 100 matches, and around half the entire planet watching. This is the 2026 World Cup, and we're going to explain the whole thing, simply. Welcome to Tiny Brain, Big Questions, where we explain the biggest stories in the world with simple little drawings. First things first, what exactly is the World Cup? It's the World Championship of Football, or as some countries call it, soccer. And football isn't just any sport. It's the most popular sport on the entire planet, played and loved by billions of people across every continent. It started way back in 1930, and it happens only once every 4 years. For 1 month, every football-loving country sends its very best team to answer one question: who is the best in the world? But it didn't start this big. The very first World Cup, in 1930, was held in Uruguay, and only 13 teams showed up. Some European teams almost didn't come at all, because they had to cross the Atlantic Ocean by boat, a journey that took 2 to 3 weeks. Back then, the whole thing was tiny. But football spread across the planet like wildfire, and the tournament grew and grew, from 13 teams to 16 to 24 to 32, and now, in 2026, 48. And getting in is brutally hard. Around 200 countries enter, and they battle through almost 2 years of qualifying matches just for a chance to be there. Only 48 survive. So for many nations, simply reaching the World Cup is already a once-in-a-generation achievement, celebrated like a victory all on its own. And the scale is almost impossible to imagine. Around half of all humans on Earth watch at least part of it. The last final, in 2022, was seen by around 1.5 billion people, making it one of the most watched events in all of human history. Think about that. Billions of people, different languages, different countries, all staring at the same ball, holding their breath at the same moment. No other event on Earth does that. But the 2026 World Cup isn't just big. It's the biggest one ever held, and it's smashing records before the trophy is even lifted. Record number 1. For the very first time in history, it's hosted by 3 countries at the same time: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Before this, a World Cup had only ever been shared by 2 countries once. 3 at once is brand new. The tournament is literally spread across an entire continent. Record number 2, the number of teams. For years, the World Cup had 32 teams. In 2026, that jumps to 48, the most that have ever competed. Why add more? Because it gives smaller countries a real chance to play on the biggest stage, some for the very first time in their history. But more teams means a lot more games. This World Cup has 104 matches. That is more than double the tournament of 1994. And instead of about a month, it stretches across 39 days, almost 6 straight weeks of football. Hosting the biggest World Cup ever needs a lot of space. So the games are played in 16 different host cities. 11 of them are in the United States, 3 are in Mexico, and 2 are in Canada. And for Canada, this is historic. It's the first time the country has ever co-hosted a World Cup, with matches in Toronto and Vancouver. Teams and fans will travel thousands of kilometers between cities, almost like a tour across a whole continent. One stadium in Texas, AT&T Stadium, will host more matches than any other, 9 in total. It's so big you could fit a small town inside. Playing in the summer heat is tough, so some of these stadiums are incredible feats of engineering. A few have giant roofs that slide closed, and even air conditioning inside to keep players and fans cool. Technology has changed the game too. Cameras now track the ball and the players, and referees can replay big moments on video, called VAR, to get the important decisions right. Okay, 48 teams, 104 matches. How does it actually work? Let's break it down simply. First comes the group stage. The 48 teams are split into 12 groups of 4. Inside each group, every team plays the other 3 once. Win a match, you earn 3 points. A draw gets you 1. The teams with the most points climb to the top of their group. Here's the key. The top 2 teams from each of the 12 groups go through. Plus, the 8 best third-place teams sneak in as well. Add it up, and that's 32 teams advancing to the knockouts. The rest go home. And the knockouts are brutally simple. Win, and you stay alive. Lose just once, and you are out of the entire tournament. Round by round, the field shrinks. 32 teams become 16, then 8, then 4, then just 2. Those last 2 teams play the final, one single match for the most famous trophy in all of sport. A small, golden cup that every player on Earth dreams of lifting. And that trophy has a wild history. The very first World Cup trophy was once actually stolen, back in 1966. The police couldn't find it, but a little dog named Pickles sniffed it out under a bush a week later and saved the day. Today's trophy is made of solid gold and is so precious that the winners don't even get to keep the real one. They lift it, celebrate, and then go home with a golden replica instead. And the fans? Absolutely staggering. On one single day, over 281,000 supporters packed into stadiums across the 3 countries. A brand new world record for a single day. In total, this World Cup is on track to smash the all-time attendance record of 3.5 million fans, which had stood since 1994. And some countries are simply built for this. Brazil has won the World Cup the most, 5 times. Germany and Italy have 4 each. Then come Argentina with 3, and past champions like Uruguay, France, England, and Spain. Lifting that trophy even once puts a country in the history books forever. And for the players, a single goal can change everything. Score at the right moment, and you can become a national hero, remembered and celebrated for the rest of your life. Because for many countries, the World Cup is so much more than a game. Streets fall silent during matches. Complete strangers hug after a goal, and entire nations celebrate together as one. Over the years, the World Cup has given us moments no one can forget. Like 2014, when the host nation, Brazil, were crushed 7-1 by Germany in the semi-final. A result so shocking it left an entire football-mad country in tears. Or 2006, when one of the greatest players ever, Zinedine Zidane, ended his whole career in the final by headbutting an opponent in the chest and getting sent off in front of the entire world. Or 1986, when Diego Maradona scored with his hand, cheekily calling it the hand of God. Then, minutes later, he scored what many people call the greatest goal of all time. Or that unforgettable flying header by Robin van Persie in 2014, soaring through the air like a fish to score against Spain. An image football fans will never forget. So who will lift the trophy this time? The bookmakers' favorites are powerhouse teams like Spain, France, Argentina, and England. But the World Cup loves a surprise, and we might just watch a brand new country become champion for the very first time. More teams, more matches, more host countries, and more fans than any World Cup that has ever existed. Every way you measure it, this is the biggest one yet. And it all builds toward one single moment, the final on July 19th, just outside New York City. One team will lift that golden trophy, become world champions, and send an entire nation into the streets to celebrate. The other will be heartbroken, because for 1 month, The whole world kind of stops, and billions of people simply watch and cheer together. And honestly, that might be the most amazing record of all. So whoever you are cheering for, enjoy the biggest World Cup in history. If you learned something new, give it a like and subscribe to Tiny Brain, Big Questions. And tell me in the comments, who is your pick to win it all? Until next time.